This hour of Real Estate Talk is sponsored by Model My Home, providing clients with superior knowledge and service that prepares properties to sell quickly. Find out more at modelmyhome.com. Here's Willie Lambright.
Welcome back. Before we get started, hello, Geneva, Alabama. Hope you're enjoying the program right now. And I'll tell you, my job is to hit the relate button, Randy. And you are a guy who, it's real cool what you told me during the break. You can relate to all aspects of our community. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, there's really three people we're talking to. Those folks that have aggravation going on in their life about picking the wrong agent, and they're out there in groves because they want to hurry up and speed up and sell that property so they can take advantage of these low interest rates. We're talking to those folks. We're talking to investors that think, you don't need to put any staging in that dang home. We'll call bull butter on that. You're a living testimony of it.
Absolutely.
And then the third one is folks that want to just get involved in real estate, right? Mm-hmm. If you would, talk to those agents that are of the mindset that staging is not important. I call bull butter on it.
Well, I have a little bit of a conflict of interest because that logic is so flawed that it gives me a competitive advantage.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I mean, that's the truth.
It makes me want to puke.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the bottom line. I mean, one of my greatest examples, and this was back in, I think, 2008, there was an agent, the only agent that was able to give us a run for our money in the brokerage that had a property listed for 6 months. He had 96 listings, or 96 showings on the listing. I walked in the house. I walked through it. It was a $450,000 house that was in Frisco, and the people had already moved off and bought a $650,000 house and had a mortgage on both, and they just wanted to get rid of it. And I walked through the house, looked at it, and I told him exactly what was wrong with the property and why it hadn't sold. But he said, look, I've got so much money wrapped in this thing, I'm not making any more modifications to the property. And I said, well, you got to give people something to look at. I said, here's the bottom line. I'll sell your house, but you got to stage it. And if you don't stage it, go find another agent because I can't help you any more than the last guy did. He got you showings. The property is not selling because people don't like what they see. And so he followed my recommendations. Jana staged it. The house went under contract on the third showing and closed within 30 days. And it had been on the market for 6 months. And that was the only difference.
Yeah, key word in that, my friend, my community out there, if you'll notice what Randy Sullivan said, and he's with the Keller Williams outfit, he went up there and said, if you do this, I'll list your home. He is not a yes agent. Now, what most agents will do is, it's a $400,000 transaction. I'll list it. I'll keep it out there. I'll market all the traffic that comes through there. You got to have the coconuts on you to say no at the mud hole. I'm telling you right now, you did that person a justice, and look what happened. 3 showings into it, they did what you told them to do, and wada bing, now they don't carry all that debt.
That's right.
You know, we staged that home for 0.5% of list price. So
$2,000.
It's amazing.
It cost $2,000.
Yeah.
$2,000 to stage that home, and it sold in 3 showings. Prior to that, it was 96 showings?
96 showings, and it had been on the market for 6 months.
Goodness gracious. How long does that take? I mean, 6 months, 8 months, about the time Sean Bone gets out of the bar.
It's a lot of stress.
Huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, the reason that I got into staging 10 years ago is because we had a vacant home on the market, and we had another mortgage payment, and I asked the agent, what if I bring some things back into this home so it's not so vacant and so people can connect with it? And he said, you mean stage? I'd never even heard of the term. It was before HGTV shows. And we had 2 offers in 2 weeks, and that was the only variable. And I immediately went and got training, started the business. It was a great niche for me, and the rest is history.
I got to tell you, you ever heard the saying, don't lose sight of the forest despite the trees?
Right.
When it comes to staging a property, man, you can't let that type of thinking eat you up, all right? Don't be penny wise and dollar foolish. I want you to go out to modelmyhome.com and at least get the $297 value on their little button out there so you can have, what's it, ebook? Is it ebook or e-pamphlet?
It's a report that they can, yes.
Yeah.
Full of information. Over the years of us going into homes, and we were saying basically it was the same information, different home. So we actually put this into a report that people can just go and try to apply to their home. But I do recommend that they call a professional stager.
No question.
Yes, because I know how to work a computer, but whenever it goes, it breaks, I have to take it to the IT guys.
We are encouraging agents to raise their game. Your intention is good, but it's hard to soar like an eagle when you're hanging with turkeys. Remember that. You're listening to Real Estate Talk with Willie Lambright. Good news is I'm going to be back in a Willie Scotia.